Now, I've just released a video on the new UK government's cash grab, the Clean Heat Market Mechanism, which is basically a boiler tax. Now, if you haven't seen that video and you don't know what that's all about, I will leave a link in the description below so you can check that video out after you've seen this one. Anyway, I've had a thought. From the comments I've got from that video, everybody seems to not be happy with the thought of being lumbered with a heat pump. So let's get on with it and find out exactly what this thought is. Now, I think our new government have kind of been blinkered in their thoughts of just getting everybody to have a heat pump installed, which is going to save energy, it's going to save people money, and it's going to save the environment. And they've not really thought about any other eco ways of heating a home in the UK, which is actually going to satisfy the customers. Because in the comments on my CHMM video, everybody was saying, even people who have had heat pumps installed, that they're rubbish, they're noisy, and they don't heat the home properly. Now, my thought is, why did they not think of bringing hybrid heat pumps in? Now, if you don't know what a hybrid heat pump is, it basically refers to a system which uses a heat pump and another heat source, i.e. a natural gas or LPG combi boiler or an oil boiler. Now, the option is, if you have poor insulation or your heat pump will not actually give you 100% of the heat you required because of your climate, then a heat pump's not really for you, but a hybrid heat pump system is the perfect solution for your home. So how do these hybrid heat pump systems work? Well, basically what it is, they kind of look at the price you pay for electric and gas, and dependent upon the outside temperature will dependent upon whether they run the heat pump or you run the gas boiler. Now, because it's a combi boiler, your hot water will always be produced by the combi boiler. You haven't got a cylinder and the boiler just, when you need hot water, you get it. But where the heating is concerned, if the outside temperature is, say, lower than, I know some of them is 15 degrees, and then it will run the boiler rather than the heat pump. But if the temperature is greater than 15 degrees C, then it will just run the heat pump for heating. And then there is a system which is a true hybrid system. So above 10 degrees centigrade, the heat pump will just work the heating on its own. When it's between 10 degrees and 1 degree centigrade, it could be the heat pump and the boiler running together. And then if we go lower than 1 degree centigrade, it would solely be the gas boiler running the heating system. So let's have a look at this in more detail and have a find out exactly if the government does back them or not, and whether grants are available and what the pros and cons are for a hybrid heat pump. Now, our government has the Boiler Upgrade Scheme, or the BUS, which offers grants up to £7,500 towards the installation of a heat pump, and it also gives grants up to £5,000 for biomass boilers. Who thought of this as a boiler upgrade scheme? Really? Who thought of that? Certainly not upgrading a boiler. Anyway, let's not go there. But it doesn't cover hybrid heat pump systems. Why not? Now, the Clean Heat Market Mechanism, or the CHMM, actually allows half an sale for a hybrid heat pump. So why isn't the MCS, or the Microgeneration Certification Scheme, actually giving grants out for hybrid heat pumps. I think there's a massively missed opportunity here, because if gas engineers were putting in hybrid systems, they would get their knowledge up on the installation of heat pumps, and it would also give them a lot of faith in the actual products they're installing. Because gas engineers at the moment are not really interested in installing heat pumps because of the feedback they get. One of the major things I get from gas engineers is, why would I want to install heat pumps when the customers are not satisfied with the product and they complain about them, and we're going to get callbacks all the time. So this is one of the problems we've got to overcome. If the government wants to get to their very, very unlikely net zero targets by 2050, then we need to start giving gas engineers the opportunity to actually progress through their industry, i.e. starting off with hybrid heat pump systems. And if you do have a property that requires a heat pump and will actually work brilliantly with a heat pump, then start giving the confidence then for the engineer to go, yep, I'll fit you a heat pump in there, rather than, no, don't have a heat pump, install a boiler. Now the MCS also has a few shortfalls really, and I think the government is kind of blinded with this as well. So like we know, the MCS gives out the funding for these renewables, and it is not really a realistic option for gas engineers who are sole traders or have small limited companies, because you need more office staff than you actually need engineers to do the job. But there are some companies out there who will help out small heating companies to join their umbrella to be able to gain access to the MCS scheme. Because I think if that was available to sole traders, how that would happen without stopping fraud is another thing, but if it was open to sole traders, then more installations would be put in, because most of the 1.6 million boilers installed in the UK every year are installed by sole traders or small limited companies. Anyway, other things which the government are kind of missing out on is things like renewable liquefied petroleum gas, which is bio-LPG, which is made by Cala. Now, where I live, I have a Cala gas boiler. I don't know whether we have bio-LPG or not though. I'll have to check that. I'm sure it is. But anyway, the government doesn't look at things like that, and it also doesn't look at bio-oils for oil boilers, which is hydrogenated vegetable oil, or HVO. Basically, old used chip fat being reused. Anyway, they don't look at things like that, because these are really clean products. Because if you're off grid, you're going to struggle to have things like heat pumps put in, because you technically might not have the power coming in. You know, some heat pumps require 3-phase to heat a home. Anyway, let's finish off now with having a look at the pros and cons of these hybrid heat pumps. Now let's start with the good stuff first, so we'll start with the pros. First of all, they have a very high energy efficiency, because you combine in the efficiency of a heat pump and the great efficiency made by condensing boilers. Then we've got reliability. Well, if your heat pump breaks down, you've still got your boiler to work while your heat pump is being fixed. And then there's vice versa. Then we've got our reduction in our carbon footprint. That's just basically comparing it just to a gas boiler. Then we've got the energy cost savings with our gas and electric, because some of the heat pumps, like we say, will actually switch between which one at what temperature it is outside is the most economical one to run at that time. We've got all weather flexibility. So if we've got high temperatures, then we've just got the heat pump. And if we've got low temperatures, we've just got the boiler. And if we've got in between, we've got both. Then we've got less remedial work to just a heat pump being installed. Technically. When we look at the cons, we'll talk a little bit more about radiator sizing then, but yes, in a nutshell, if you're having a hybrid system put in, there is less remedial work than a heat pump because you've got an unvented cylinder to install and all the complex stuff what goes with that. So that's the pros. Let's look at the cons. First con, high cost. It's always a con when you're having to spend your money, but that's if you're replacing your boiler as well as installing the heat pump. Now there are some systems out there where if your boiler is a high efficient condensing boiler and is in good nick, I would say less than 5 years old, then you could leave that old boiler in and that'll cut down the cost drastically. Then we've got complexity. Now that comes when it comes down to repairs and finding an engineer who actually understands the system and is well trained on these systems. So that could be a big issue. Next one, the potential of underutilization. Basically, in a mild climate, then only the heat pump's going to work. But in a severe climate or a harsh climate, then you're going to have just the boiler working. So it's not going to be as economical as it could be. Next one, sizing issues. So are the radiators able to heat the home through lack of insulation through the radiators for when the heat pump's running on its own or when the boiler is running on its own? So we like now reduced flow temperatures on boilers because it makes them more efficient, actually makes them condense. So we've got flow temperatures of 55, but your heat pump might not be able to make that same flow temperature. But again, depending upon the different times of the year, the heat pump might be able to heat the house sufficiently, or the boiler will just kick in and sort it out. But the last thing, no grants. For me, that's the biggest issue we have with hybrid heat systems, is that our fantastic government are not backing amazing pieces of equipment. Our government is, like I said, very blinkered on just thinking that heat pumps are the only way they're going to get to the net zero. Did they not realise Rome wasn't built in a day and the Chardonnay made last year isn't a fine wine? These kind of things take time to progress and for the industry to keep track of it all and catch up with it. For gas engineers wanting to actually install these things would be a big start. You know, and have we got the workforce to be able to install heat pumps? So there should be a massive investment into training. Now you're probably going to say I'm very biased at that because I run a training centre and I own a training centre. I've been doing training since 1999 and over the years training is key to actually making all this work. If you haven't got the workforce, then you're never going to do it. And if you've got really poor engineers, then the actual general public are going to lose confidence in the products and won't join in on it neither. Because at the end of the day, it's the customers paying this money, even if on heat pumps do have grants, they're going to claim it. If the installation meets the MCS standards. That's the big thing as well. Does that installation meet the standards to be able to get the grant? Is our government missing a trick here by not actually giving grants for hybrid heat pumps? Put it down in the comments, guys, and let me know what you think about hybrid heat pumps and whether you've got one or not, because I'm very interested in putting one of these systems into my own house, because I know where I live and the state of my house, there is no way on this planet a heat pump will work efficiently. Anyway, hopefully you've liked this video and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.